Let's go ahead and start. Let's start in a seated position. Notice I use the cushion underneath my hips. You're welcome to bring something to elevate your hips, like a cushion or a block. Cross your feet, bring the feet close to your body, and let your knees come down towards the floor. Even if they don't, keep practicing on working in that forward movement of the legs coming down to the floor. So just keep using that as a way to get yourself settled into your seated posture, your sukhasana. So relax the shoulders, close the eyes. Start to follow the breath. Notice how immediate it is for us to go from a state of doing activity, thoughts, moving, things to do, to a state of calm as soon as we kind of arrive in this physical position and begin to bring our awareness and our attention to our breathing pattern. Let the breath settle you a little deeper into a calm state. Allowing your weight to be kind of equally distributed here on your right and left side sit bones. So notice if you're leaning slightly one side or the other. See if you can bring yourself back to that center line. And slowly, as we exhale, let's go ahead and bring the chin down towards the chest, creating length through the back of the neck. And let's just start to move the chin side to side, almost like you're drawing a smile with your chin. From one shoulder, keeping the chin tucked under, down towards chest, and then the other shoulder. Be really gentle as you move here and notice where your limits are and how far you can move, how far the neck stretches. The spine is still upright and tall, the belly's drawn in, supporting the back muscles. Eyes can remain closed. Let's do one more big smile with the chin. And then exhale, coming down to center. Blinking the eyes open, awareness into the space. Inhale, lift the chin. And let the shoulders roll back. Again. All right, we'll continue with the neck. So go ahead and tilt the head to the right. And just let that left shoulder pull down and away. So feel the left shoulder relax away from the left ear. You can keep the hand on the knee. You can extend it down to the floor. You can even press down through the heel of your left hand if you want to add a little bit extra stretch. Also, another option is to take right hand to left knee or left ear and gently pull. Not feeling that today, so I'm just going to keep mine down, but if it feels good for you, try it. Hold another breath, inhale. So just holding the extension. Try to go a deep but soft extension. So you're not struggling here. It should feel good. And then slowly release the hand first. Release the head, come back to center. Roll the shoulders back. Oh, there's my peeps coming in. Roll the shoulders forward. Thank you for muting yourselves as you join. Welcome. And then go ahead and take the head to the left. And reach down through right shoulder. Just kind of notice here how far the head will go before it starts to feel like it's too much. And then just come back a little bit so you can maintain. And then again, releasing right fingertips this time to the floor. Noticing how that feels. Maybe pressing down through the right palm. And then finally, if you wish, taking left hand to right ear. Pulling a little bit. This side feels kind of good, so I'll do this side. So just notice each time you arrive on your mat, it's really kind of just an observation that you're doing with your body. You're trying to figure out, how does everything kind of fit, like puzzle pieces? How does everything fit? What can I do to lengthen a muscle or stretch or just feel good? And then slowly exhale, let's release. Release the hand, release the head. Again, shoulder rolls back. Let's do 3 this time. Shoulder rolls forward, 3 as well. All the way back, up and forward. Last one, back, up and forward. Inhale, take right hand to floor, left arm up, stride, stretch. You can keep that right hand close to the body. Be mindful not to squeeze into that shoulder rear after all the nice openness we did. So keep the shoulders away from ears. Rotate through chest, look up. Another option for you is to walk your fingertips away. See if you can go a little deeper. And then slowly coming back through to center, walking the fingertips in. We'll do the other side. So left hand down, right arm up, side stretch, side bend. Left shoulder pulls down away from the ear. Open the heart. Keep lengthening through those right fingertips. Right hip stays down. And then again, if you wish, you can walk those fingertips away. Go a little deeper, just as much as your body will allow, and feel yourself finding that deep, beautiful, long stretch of the right side body. Open right shoulder to look up. Lengthen. And exhale, gently coming back through to center. Good. Let's take hands on knees, round the spine like you're going into cat. Tuck tailbone under, push the middle back away. And then inhale, slowly fingertips behind, lift chest and rib cage, open up, look up. Open the throat, take the bottom lip up over the top lip. And exhale, coming back through the center. Good. We'll do a breathing exercise here before we come into our moving. So let's take the right hand and place it on the right knee. Excuse me. As we bring the left hand, index finger, let's close the right nostril. So we're coming across the body to close the right nostril. And we're breathing only through the left. Find your gaze, a spot somewhere on the floor in front or on the screen. And just let your body breathe. It's an automatic breath. We're not really changing the breath. We're just isolating the left nostril. Ease each left shoulder. Good. Couple more breaths. You can change your gaze down to the floor if you wish. Notice if your breath is automatically kind of on its own begun to deepen or slow down. And exhale, let's release the left hand. Bring the left hand down to the knee and breathe through both nostrils. Just a few rounds here. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So keeping the left hand on the knee, right hand up, right index finger closes left nostril. Breathe through the right. Natural pace of breath. If it lengthens or deepens on its own, that's fine. Make a conscious effort to just let the breath be. Isolating the right nostril. And slowly exhaling, releasing, bringing right hand down, and then again, a few rounds of breath here through both nostrils. And then just take an inventory here of your body as well. Slowly, gently, let's go ahead and come out of our Sukhasana, out of our cross-legged, into our tabletop position. So just kind of roll forward. You can remove your prop out of the way. Coming back onto hands and knees, or coming onto hands and knees. Take a moment here to settle onto both knees, onto both hands. We're gonna add a little bit of cat and cow. So as we curl into cat, we exhale, we tuck tailbone under, we fan out shoulders. And then as we move into cow, we inhale, we lift tailbone, we stretch to the front body. So pubic bone to throat is stretching. We bring shoulder blades back towards each other, pressing into the arms strong, elbows straight, looking forward or looking up. If your neck feels good, look up. Otherwise, just look forward. And again, exhale, curling in, chin towards chest, fan out shoulders, tuck tailbone, press tops of feet into floor. Inhale, lift tailbone, lift rib cage, lift chest, roll shoulders back and down, chin up. Full inhale breath. Exhale. Curl it in. Very slow, very mindful. Really paying attention to all the little muscles that start to engage in order to get you into the full expression of the posture. It's not just about finding the posture, but the movement as you move into the posture. So notice as your shoulders start to roll back. Notice as your back starts to flatten, and then the tailbone begins to tilt. As you inhale, you're moving into cow. Opening the heart, bringing the rib cage up and forward, lengthening through the abdomen, chin up. Last one, exhale. Very slow, very steady, really feeling your way through all the different little muscles in your body. And this one, let's hold for a little bit longer. So go ahead and do a couple rounds of breath here in the full expression of the posture. Chin tucks towards chest. And then let's start to add a little bit of movement. Sway back, hips towards heels, and forward. Hips forward towards wrists. Shoulders over fingertips. So just back and forward. Noticing here when you go back, more weight on your legs, quite obvious. And then moving forward, more weight on your hands, wrists, and fingers. But try to keep that same tucked in, rounded spine as you move one forward and back. Let's do one more forward and back. And then once you're done with the last forward, then go ahead and come your back, weight back to center. And inhale. Now going into cow. Shoulder blades rolling up and back, away from the ears. Tailbone lifting, chest lifting, chin up. Hold this one here at its full expression. A few rounds of breath and stillness. Feel this in your shoulders as you push the floor away, strong fingers. And then slowly again, just like we did in the other one, rolling the weight back, keeping that integrity of the posture the same, just moving forward and back. Start to notice what feels what where, what feels how where. Allow the body to just gently move, keeping that same arch in the back. Gaze is straight forward or up. Let's do one more. All the way back, lengthen, all the way forward. And somewhere back in center. This time go ahead and release the toes together. Sit the hips all the way down to the heels. You can separate the knees a little wider if that's more comfortable for you. And then let's bring the elbows down first. This is kind of like our half balasana. Elbows are down, shoulders pull away from the ears, reaching top of the head forward. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to place a block or a prop underneath your body, or simply just walk your elbows away. And as you walk your elbows away, start to notice where your body gives you limits, where your body gives you a little bit of a hold. Hold there if you can, if it feels okay. And then maybe walk a little further and start to bring forehead to the floor. So once the forehead touches the floor, that's when you want to fully release the posture. That's when you want to come into your balasana. So forehead touches, and then you can release your arms so the elbows open out, or you can extend them, keeping them engaged, but arms parallel to each other. Or lastly, you can bring them down by your feet to completely relax the shoulders. This feels good for me, so I'm going to stay here, but you go into the posture that feels right for you. Just the forehead is on the floor, maybe the tip of the nose grazing your mat. The belly's drawn in and you're feeling that lengthening of spine, reaching the tailbone down and away as the forehead and top of the head reach forward. Few breaths here. If this is really uncomfortable for your knees, you can adjust, place something beneath your knees or in between your calves and your thighs. If the tailbone doesn't quite come down to the heels, it's okay. Bring them down as far as they'll go. A few more breaths. And slowly exhale, begin to roll your spine up, making your way coming into seated. Go ahead and bring the knees together once you're all the way up. Again, if this bothers your knees, you might want to place something underneath the knees or in between the calves and the knees. This helps you to create kind of a cushioning so that your knees don't feel pressure. If it feels okay, then stay here. Our second round of pranayama, we're going to do Kapalabhati breath. We do this all the time. Hopefully you guys are used to it, but I'll go through it again just in case. You want to have your hands extended forward like a brace for your spine. So this will keep you from moving forward and backwards or from moving your chest too much. So you want to keep those arms engaged, fingertips on the knees. And then from here, all we're going to do is work on the forceful exhale. So the inhale happens automatic, the exhale pushes out either through the nose or through the mouth. You can do this through the mouth as well. So it's a use your abdominal muscles to pull in tight, and that expels the air out through the nostrils. When we're done with this, you should feel like you've been doing some sit-ups. You should feel like you've been doing some abdominal work. All right, so here we go. Shoulders back. Find one spot to focus on. That's your drishti. It could be the tip of your nose, or it could be a spot simply diagonal in front of you. Shoulders rolling back and down, arms long. Inhale. Full exhale. Keep the elbows straight, no bend in the elbows. And then let's inhale to begin. Full exhale, release. Inhale, let's bring the hands behind, either a little bit past the toes or right at your toes to lean back. Palms to the floor, lift chest and shoulders, roll back. You can lift your chin slightly, or you can let your head drop back. Hips up, hips down, sorry. Rib cage up. And exhale, bringing the head back through the center. Take a moment. Release, coming back through center. Do one more round Kapalabhati. Arms straight. Exhale fully. Inhale. And begin. Inhale slowly. Let's bring left hand back, right hand to knee for a little rotation of spine. Look over left shoulder. And exhale, coming to center, other side. Left hand, right knee, right hand back. Look over right shoulder. And slowly coming back through the center. Okay, so we're gonna work a little bit on finding stretch for the hips. If you have a big bolster, you can use a big bolster. You can also use a bunch of pillows from your couch or from your bed if you have a lot of pillows on your bed. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna place all the pillows on the mat in the center of the mat, and then kind of come forward so your knees are straddling and your feet are out at a 90-degree angle. So kind of like a little bit like frog pose, right? So you might be able to get your knees right outside your mat. If it bothers your knees, just place a pillow, more pillows there or some more towels. And then let's release the spine down. So kind of the butt's up in the air, chest is down onto your pillows. You can go a little bit further past so that you have space for your head. Otherwise, you're gonna have your head kind of tucked in. So go a little bit past so your head is kind of hanging. And then bring your elbows forward and let's go ahead and rest here for just a few breaths. Keep the feet flexed and the knees underneath the hips, but out to the side. So if I show this on the front version of what it looks like, your knees are pretty wide as your hips will allow. Feet are flexed, 90-degree angle. And you come down and we rest. Good. So hold there for just a few breaths, a few rounds of breathing. If you feel like your head is needing of a little bit of support, you can make pillows with your hands or fists to bring your forehead down. And next exhale, slowly lift the head, shoulders back, hold there. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Start to bring the feet in, walk the knees in, and slowly come back. You can remove the bolster, move it forward a little bit. We're gonna reverse that now. So coming onto our backs, sit down so that your pillows are right underneath, right below your, at your back. If you are using blocks, then you're gonna make the block place the block at the level of your shoulder blades. And go ahead and lean back into your props so that your head is supported. So if you're using a block, it's at the level of your shoulders, and you might want to place another one at the level of your head, so your head's not all the way back, like a fish pose, right? This is more for a supported back posture. So arms can be down by your sides, palms facing up, shoulders relaxed. You can have them out, extended like a T, or even up over your head. Sometimes this can feel like it's too much. So if your arms are kind of just floating, it's gonna feel like it's going against gravity. So if you can get your hands down on the floor, like at least your fingertips or something for your hands to touch, it's probably better to bring them out to your sides or down. So find a place for your hands and arms, settle in with your upper body. And then for your lower body, your legs, your feet can be bent, or knees can be bent, feet flat on the floor. You can have your legs straight. You can bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out to the sides in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Whatever position you feel comfort in, even if I didn't mention it, that's what's right for you. So feel free to kind of play around and find a position that you can settle into. And then go ahead and close your eyes here. You should feel supported by your props. So if you're not feeling supported, stack more pillows or allow maybe a pillow and a block. Put the block first and then the pillow on top. And then start to bring awareness to the places in your body that are holding tension. Depending on the positioning of your legs, that might be your hips. Depending on the position of your arms, might be your shoulders. Perhaps in your middle, your thoracic spine. Perhaps in your lumbar spine, a little lower. Maybe in your neck. So pinpoint those places where you're feeling tightness, where you're feeling a little bit of pressure. And then make the conscious effort to breathe into that spot, or those places. Direct the breath there. A few more rounds of breathing here. And then exhale it slowly. Start with the arms. Bring the arms down by your sides. Palms facing down this time. Whatever position your legs are in, if you're in Baddha Konasana, use your hands to help you slide the knees back so that the feet are planted on the floor again. And then let's bring one hand to the abdomen and one hand to the heart. Notice here how the work is happening simply by you just being in this position, by you just holding. You're allowing your body to get used to back bending. You're stretching the front part of your body, your torso. And then bringing the hands behind the head, just bring the fingertips a little bit behind the ears. Slowly lift the head up. Slide the hands a little further back, maybe interlace the fingers, and pull the elbows forward instead of out. Slowly keep lifting like you're doing a sit-up. Engage into core. Hold there. Try not to use your hands to pull your head as much as you're using your core to lift your chest. Hold. And then slowly go a little further up. Hold. A little up more. Hold. One more time. Hold. Here you can release your hands. Maybe grab a hold of your knees. And finish the full rise. Coming into a forward now, so go ahead and extend the legs. Flex the feet. We're gonna start with the knees actually a little bit bent. So bend the knees a little bit. Make sure that you're sitting right on your sit bone, so pull your tailbone back. And then slowly start to pivot your chest forward. So we're gonna go ahead and walk the hands. Keep the knees bent because we're working just on the back here for now. Leaning forward, leaning forward, leaning forward. Walk the hands, walk the hands. Maybe, if possible, can you grab your big toes? With the knees bent, maybe it's accessible for you. Notice your back. Make sure you're not rounding, belly in, chest long. Gaze towards your toes, shoulders back. And then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to straighten the right leg. So flex the right toes back a little bit further and start to slide the right heel away, bringing the back of the right knee to the floor. The left leg hasn't moved. And then exhale, see if you can pull yourself a little deeper. Maybe bringing rib cage to left knee or thigh. And slowly inhale, lift up, keep the spine straight. Bend the right knee back to where it was, and we'll do the same thing on the left side. So pull down a little bit and start to slide that left heel away, pressing left thigh down. And then exhale, see if you can let your chest rest on top of right thigh. Inhale, coming up, shoulders back, and bend left knee one more time. Take a moment here. Maybe we can try straightening both legs or as straight as they'll go. So maybe they don't go all the way straight, but you can try. As you straighten through, lengthen down, reach forehead down, shoulders back. Find your own perfect stretch. If able, maybe reach your hands around your feet. Pull on your feet or heels. Lengthen forward, top of the head towards the toes. Inhale, come up, shoulders back, exhale. And slowly coming back all the way to center. Good. Dandasana position, hands on either sides of your hips. Lift chest, shoulders roll back. Tuck the chin under, look towards nose. Notice here how the back is lengthening from the sit bones all the way through the top of the head. Chin is tucked under slightly. And slowly release. Good. Okay, we're gonna move our prop out of the way here. Let's tuck the feet underneath, roll the weight forward, place the hands in front, slide the knees back. Coming into our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes under, lift the hips, press back, downward facing. Let's sway the hips around a little bit here. So make sure your feet are about hip width apart. Strong fingers, knuckles, pressing down into the floor and then forward like you're trying to push your body away. Let the head hang so there's no tension in the neck. You can move the head around, yes, no, a little bit of maybe, little circles, whatever feels good for your neck. Draw in tightly through your belly. Imagine pressing your chest through your arms towards your thighs. Contract your quadriceps to lift up through your knees and see if you can press your heels down. Let's hold this a few more moments here. Try to find stillness, engage into shoulders, strong arms. And then slowly, gently look forward. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Fingertips are on the floor. Now notice this is basically the same posture we just did, Paschimottanasana, but in this one we're standing and their feet are a little wider apart. Let your body rest through. If you can, see if you can pick up your big toes. So slide your middle finger and index finger between your big toe, second toe. Hold on tight with your thumb, so press your thumb onto your toe. And then let your body rest, pull down. This is our Uttanasana position. It's a deep stretch for the hamstrings. If it's too much for you, again, like we did before, you can bend your knees. And then inhale, lengthen up through spine. Release the toes, walk the fingertips forward to make our way back to our downward facing dog. Once your arms are all the way forward, then go ahead and pull your chest through just like we did before, letting the head hang, shoulders pulling back and down away from the ears. Strong fingers so you don't put all of your weight into your wrists. Belly in, contract quadriceps, lift up through knees. If your heels are down on the floor, try to lift up through your toes. It's going to create a little deeper stretch. And then again, inhale, looking forward, walking the hands back towards the feet. This time we're going to go into malasana. So open your feet a little bit wider. So maybe the toes are hanging off the mat. And go ahead and bring the hips down. So if you want to use, conveniently I have this right here, a block or a cushion so that you can bring your hips down to it, you're welcome to do that. This will allow you to go into the posture without too much force, but you do want your heels down. So if your heels are up, see if you can lower them down to the floor and see if you can use your arms to press the knees away, your elbows using pressure against your inner knees, palms together, lift the chest, shoulders back. So this posture without the prop allows you to find balance forward. So you're using a lot more core strength when you don't use the prop. When you use the prop, then you're working on flexibility of hips. Just hold for a few breaths with or without your prop. Find your drishti, find your focus. Pull back through shoulders. Try to get your chest all the way forward in between your knees if possible. And then exhale, hands to floor. Slowly walk those fingers forward, lift the hips. See if you can recenter the legs. And again, walking the hands forward, find your downward facing dog. Drawing in through navel, lengthening here through spine, shoulder blades pull back and down, heels down, contracted quadriceps. All the steps that we go into our downward facing dog kind of just fit in as we move into it. Moving into a little bit of a twist. So we're going to take the weight to the right hand as we slide the left hand to the outside of right ankle. If you can't find the ankle, reach a little higher, maybe to your calf. If you do have the ankle, maybe you can reach a little lower, maybe to your heel. And then push yourself through and gaze up from underneath right shoulder. You can use your left arm as leverage, so bending into the left arm will give you a little bit more pull. Keep the hips square, belly drawn in, strong right arm. And exhale, coming back through to center, bringing chest towards thighs, kind of evening everything out, maybe a little bit of wiggle, a little bit of side movement. And then we'll do the other side. Weight to the left hand, right hand to left ankle, heel or calf. Pull your body through. Bending into right elbow helps you create leverage. Look up from underneath left armpit. Keep the hips square. Belly drawn in tight. Strong left shoulder, strong left arm. And exhale, coming back through to center. Hold there, one more breath. And slowly coming forward. Let's bring the knees forward in between the hands and sit down. Nice and gentle. Good. Okay, gonna go lay down all the way onto our back. So let the legs come down, extend out, lay all the way down. Then just take a moment here. Not ready for Shavasana just yet. We're gonna do a couple more things, but we're gonna stay in this supine position for a moment. So just relax shoulders, let the palms open up, relax your legs. Take a few breaths. And we're gonna start with some simple leg lifts. So the hands can be underneath your body. This is gonna kind of elevate your hips a little bit so that you don't put pressure on your lumbar spine and your lower back. If you know you don't need them, just have them down by your side. It'll make it so that, When you lift your legs, it's a little bit more difficult. So point the toes. Let's start with the right leg. Right leg comes up, nice and straight, lower down. Left leg comes up, nice and straight, lower down. And you'll notice how one leg can go up a little higher than the other. It's all good. Lower down. We'll do 3 sets on each side. This is 2. Keep drawing in through the belly so the belly's engaged. And this is the last one on the right. Last one on the left. Good. Lower down. See if you can do both legs this time. Engage into core. Inhale, lift up both legs. Good. Once both legs are up, make a little adjustment. Keep them up for a moment. Shoulders pull back and down. And then exhale, let's lower and lift without touching the floor. 3 sets. So down. Try not to touch the floor. Go as low as you can. And up. 1. Working on that core strength so we can do all those things that we do on the Saturday class. 2. 3. Let's do 1 more. Why not? Let's add the 4th one. 4. Good. Keep the legs up and readjust the hips. Shoulders back. Look towards your toes. Take a moment here, relax your feet, relax your legs. So you can let your legs open out, you can wiggle around, you can twist your ankles in both directions, making circles. And then go ahead and bend your knees, pull your knees in towards your body. Let's do a happy baby here. Opening the knees wide so they're tracking over your shoulders. Hands inside, grab a hold of your big toes or the pinky toe sides of your feet. Once you have your feet, lift your heels so that your calves are perpendicular to the floor. And then maybe roll side to side, or front and back, or just be still. Finding your happy baby here. Maybe your happy baby is not too happy today, but it's okay. Notice this discrepancies on your left and right side. This one's really obvious for me, my left side versus my right side. So just see if you can notice for you, which side seems easier, which side seems like you're working a little bit harder. And let the breath be steady. We're gonna isolate the legs. So hold on to the left big toe with your index finger, middle finger, and thumb. Keep the right leg just as it is and just extend that left leg out. You can use your left elbow to pull down. There we go, good. Lena, get out. Come here, crazy dog. All right, and then slowly release, come back to center, left leg. And right leg extends up. Make sure that left leg is nice and stays put. There's no movement in it. And slowly come back to center. And then exhale, release the feet, come down. Good. You're gonna go ahead and move into some twisting now. So let's go ahead and take the arms out like a T. Take both knees to the right and look to the left. So the first twist we're doing here is one of the more basic twists that we do in our practice. It's just a movement of torque movement and rotation of the spine. The feet are stacked, the knees are stacked. If the knees don't quite come to the floor, you can bring your right hand to your thigh, help guide them down. Or even if they are on the floor, it helps to pull a little bit more to that left side oblique. Whatever feels good for you, you can just relax into it, or you can add a little bit of work to it. And then we're going to go ahead and take that left knee, bring it up towards the body. Let's hold it with the right hand. Let the left foot rest on top of the right knee as you pull a little deeper. So going a little deeper into our twist. You do want to draw that left knee towards the floor, but not at compromising your left shoulder. So the left shoulder needs to stay down on the mat, as down as possible. So you can kind of balance here with the left shoulder lifting a little bit, the right knee coming down, right knee lifting, left shoulder coming down. Kind of play with that dynamic. And just relax. Breathe easy. If possible, maybe reach your hand down towards your foot, grab your big toe or grab the pinky toe side of your foot, and go ahead and extend that left leg out, keeping that left shoulder down. These are options here. You can always just stay in the very first twist. And then exhale, slowly bring that left leg back to where we started. Let's stay there, another breath. And slowly coming back through the center. So square off the hips, realign the shoulders. Take your time. I'm going to move a little bit more this way so I can extend my leg when we do the other side. Okay, so from here, go ahead and let both knees fold to the left and look to the right. So we start with the basic easy twist, feeling our body rotating and letting go of the tightness or tension we might be feeling. Make sure you can readjust if you need to. Finding your breath. Remember, you can always take that left hand to the top of the right thigh or to the right knee and then help your body stretch a little bit more. You'll feel it in your right side oblique. As soon as you put a little pressure on with your left hand and kind of draw the right shoulder down towards the earth, you'll feel that oblique stretching a little bit deeper. If it feels good, do it. If it doesn't, just go back to your normal arms down and letting gravity do the work for you. And then we're going to go ahead and take that right knee, pull it up towards the left shoulder. Take right hand to knee, let the foot rest on top of the lowered leg. And go ahead and find your stretch. So again, same thing here as before on the other side. You don't want to lift that right shoulder up in order to bring the left knee down. You don't want to be somewhere like this. Keep the integrity of the posture by pulling the right shoulder down and then playing with how much movement you can give the body as you add more and more weight to that right knee with your left hand. And just rotating your torso. You're welcome to stay here or to go back to the first one, or if you can, grab a hold of your foot or big toe. See if I have room here with my wall. I do. Good. And then go ahead and find your stretch. You can let your foot rest on the floor. Let your left arm rest on the floor. Rotate through torso. Breathe easy. Remember, these last two are options for you, so you can just stay in the first one. It's your practice. You get to decide. A few more breaths. And then exhale, go ahead, release that right foot back. Let's hold in the original one a few more moments here, just maybe a breath or two. Good. And slowly head back to center. Bring knees back to center, square off the hips. And one more time, happy baby, just to even everything out. I'll give you the option to do a little bit of a plow pose if that's in your practice. If it's not in your practice, don't do it. If it's not in your practice to do plow, just do a happy baby. So plow allows you to get a full stretch through the spine. It has the extension of legs, but it brings the feet back to the floor. I'll have conveniently my prop there that I can bring my toes to, but they would go to the floor instead. And this gives you a nice roundness in spine. It feels really good. If it's in your practice, you can go ahead and do that. If it's not, then you're just doing your happy baby, holding on to feet, letting legs come up. It's a similar stretch, but not quite as intense as plow or halasana. And then slowly release. Everybody come back down, whether you're in plow or whether you're in happy baby. Extend the legs, extend the arms. Nice long stretch body. Reach through fingertips, reach through toes. And exhale, let's open up the feet. Release the arms by your sides, come into your Shavasana. Here we're going to focus on simply relaxing the muscles of the body. So start with the points of contact your body's making with the floor. See if you can soften into those places. Usually that's your sacrum, shoulder blades, back of your head, your forearms and elbows, backs of your hands, your upper glutes, calves, your ankles, well not your ankles, your heels, your thighs, all the parts of your body that are actually contacting the floor. See if you can feel light there. And now bring awareness to the parts of your body that aren't touching the floor, parts of your back body that aren't touching the floor. So that would be the back of your neck, your lower back, the space between your shoulder blades, parts of your middle back, lower part of your glutes, backs of your knees, and your ankles. And your wrists as well don't really touch the floor. Feel light in those parts of your body. Buoyant, like you're floating on water. Relax. Relax. Slowly with the next exhale breath, let's begin to add a little bit of movement to the fingers and the toes. Let's add a little bit of movement to the feet, the hands, the wrists, the ankles. Let the movement spread up throughout the legs and arms, rotating through hips and shoulders, drawing toes towards each other, toes away from each other, palms up, palms down. And then gently bend the knees, let the feet separate, and let the knees come towards each other. Adjust your hips. Bend the elbows, bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Notice here the belly rising and falling with each breath that you take. And then gently exhale, roll over onto the right, bringing your right arm out underneath you as a pillow. Keep your knees bent, left hand in front. It's a supported side resting posture. As you're ready, extend left leg, press into left hand, slide the right arm in, and make your way into a comfortable seated posture. Again, you can use your prop to sit on. We'll do one more round of breathing here before we finish up our practice. So coming into your comfortable seated position. Hands on your knees, shoulders relaxed. We're going to inhale through both nostrils for a count of 8. Then retain the breath at the top for a count of 5. And exhale through both nostrils for a count of 8. Okay, retain here without breathing in. 5. And inhale. So let's do that again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last one. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And then come back to your natural pattern of breath. Again, notice how instantaneous it is for us to find peace, calm, and serenity as soon as we start focusing on our breath. It's hard for the thoughts to arise and fall as we're concentrating and counting the breathing, as we're retaining the breath and working on the level of the breath. So breathing practices, pranayama, are a really great way for helping us to build our meditation practice. Finally, we'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart here, symbolizing the union of body, mind, and spirit. As we exhale the next breath away, feeling gratitude, allowing this practice to expand out onward onto our society and onto all other beings that we share this planet with. Let's go ahead and inhale for Om. Namaste.